Alright, this is gonna be something new on my channel, and I need to know if this is gonna work for you guys. We know in sports that people watch films, they study their opponent. Well, this is going to be me studying myself, talking about what I did right, what I did wrong, some things I thought that I could change, if I could go back. It's like reflection time. You guys know at the end of the video, I kind of do a little reflection time. And this is going to be me analyzing myself. Every time I get in the editing room, I end up looking at myself and going, oh my gosh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Well, I'm going to walk you through, and this film right here is going to be day 3, okay? So I'm going to walk you through my film of day 3 at Lake Cherokee, and hopefully we can learn something, because this is me talking about myself. So I'm a pretty harsh critic, so I think you guys will hopefully enjoy it. I will enjoy it. So right off the bat, let's get into it. You guys watch my cursor. I'll talk you through it. I don't know how this is going to go. Comment below if you like it. I have no idea. So let's jump into this. Alright, so very obvious. First thing right off the giddy. I'm throwing a swim bait. And guys, my choice of throwing a swim bait in the morning is number one, a swim bait is just an awesome thing to throw any time of the day. But as you can see, it's first thing in the morning. Shad are going to be up there bumping around, doing their little thing. So suggesting to you guys is if you're on a clear impoundment, swim baits are always going to be a way to go. And actually, a swim bait is a fairly aggressive bait. So here we go. You can see I'm just kind of looking around trying to get the sun, and you can see the sun, very obvious, is not up. All right, here we go. All right, this is going to be fish number 1. I do remember this one. Actually, this one I don't even think made it. As you can tell, when I throw a swim bait, let me rewind this a little bit. I see my rod, how my rod's up. Everybody's got, different ways of holding a rod. But when you are throwing a swim bait, especially on a spinning rod, I'm throwing, on this particular setup, I got 10-pound braid to, I think, 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I'm using a very light jig head. This one actually ended up being a largemouth, but here in a second you're probably going to get a good view of it. Alright, you can kind of see the bank that I'm fishing right here. You got, what you guys watch my cursor. I'm going to pause it a little bit. Look over here to the side. This is what you call broken up rock, okay? So basically, you got pea gravel right here. As you can see, you got broken up rocks. So basically, this, what you see right here, you got to imagine that's what's right below here, okay? So basically, I'm fishing a broken rock bank. Again, I'm still sticking with the spinner rod. Oh, I got a bite right there. Oh, I remember this one. Watch this. This is pretty cool. So if you watch my rod right here, I kick over a rock. Did you see me speed it up? Did you see my rod load up? Let's watch that again. I don't know if y'all like watching bites, but I do. All right. See that? Did you see? Dadgummit, I didn't rewind it far enough. All right. Here comes the cast. Now you can kind of see me speed up. If you see me speed up, that's me indicating that I'm getting ready to kick over. See, did you see that? See that? That was me kicking over 2 rocks, and as soon as I come over the rock, of course he choked it. Now you see me go down with my rod. It's pretty obvious, trying to keep him from jumping. You want to watch your line at all times. I know you guys, a lot of you guys know that, but if you see your line coming up, you're going to take your rod and go down to another position. Now, I think I actually did keep that one. keep that one in the tournament. So I fish fairly slow through here. As you can see over here, they got the broken rock. Now, you'll watch me really speed up right here. I'm like, brah, 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 brah. Oh, now we go. That clips over. We're going to continue on, so you guys just be patient with me. So, very obvious, the sun's getting up. You can see the broken up clouds. You watch me just pick up that flipping stick. There was actually a few trees. All right, now watch this. See, you can kind of see me looking around. I'm throwing a spinning rod, and then all of a sudden I'm changing. All right, right here I pick up a buzzbait, and guys, this is pretty important, dude. This is really important. It's first thing in the morning. I've been killing them on a wacky worm. I've been, drop shot wacky worm on the swim bait. But you got it, guys. When you're in a tournament situation, I could have just kept going on with the swim bait and things I've been doing. This is day 3. I'm a little behind. As you can see, I picked up a buzzbait, right? And I'm basically just throwing around in pockets, buzzing around. Now look, see how the sun is not quite up yet? This is me just keeping myself in check. Now I'll pull over here on another bank, as you can obviously tell. It's just a pea gravel bank. Smallmouth do love pea gravel. I'm in an area where a lot of release fish are at. So I'm fishing kind of slow. It didn't really relate to anything of my pattern. You see me switch around to a drop shot, went into the swim bait. Now I don't know why my GoPro quits after like 17 minutes. As you can see over here, it's like a 17-minute and then it kicks out. So anyways, you see me keep looking down at my depth finder. That's just keeping myself in check, guys. You've got to be aware of your whole surroundings at all time. If you watch my head, it's like peeking down, peeking down, peeking down. You want to check and see, make sure fish ain't suspended. This is me spending a little time. I'm fishing kind of slow. Now that's me pee-peeing. Can't edit that out. Alright, so this is me coming back. I'm actually throwing a little swim bait again. Darn it. Alright, we're going to get to some good stuff. Well, all this hopefully is good. Alright, so you can see broken rock. Now, look at this choice of cast. It's pretty cool. Alright, let me rewind and pause right there. Basically, that cast is me keeping myself in check. You've seen this morning, if you watch my cursor, it's like throw to the bank, throw to the bank, throw to the bank, throw to the bank. I threw the bank, threw the bank, threw the bank. Now, you saw me put down that rod, grab another rod, and my angle of my cast was out here. Guys, the thought process in behind that is just simply saying, hey, I need to cover all depths. I know I'm in an area where a lot of fish are at, and these are just checked. You know, like when you play a game of basketball, you kind of check somebody. You know, you're just kind of putting feelers out. How aggressive is your opponent? Is he going to push back? This is me just keeping things in check. So as you can tell, basically I threw way out here on the point where typically my boat was. And if you watch my rod, see how it lifts up? That's me lifting up. That's me kicking over the boulders, okay? So I came back, gave it a little quick try, went back to my spinning rod. All right. Now, Oh, that was a little one. Really nothing special about that one. Just let's see if my rod pops. You see me popping like that? That was... Oh. I thought that was the cast. It's me adjusting, getting my GoPro ready for you guys. It is a headache trying to keep all that stuff in check. But, you guys are worth it. Alright, I'm fishing it kind of fast. You can see my rod. See, I stopped. It's oh yeah, I remember that fish now. Check out my glasses down the middle of my face. Alright guys, I stopped that and let it fall. Pretty obvious. I probably went around a rock. So, little one. Alright, this is me just coming around. Throwing a swim bait, throwing a swim bait. Alright. Now, this is me with the wacky worm. As you can see, look over here to the right side of the screen. You can see what I'm throwing at. There was actually a tree in the water there. Now, it was actually a couple of trees, if I remember right. That's me getting all my rods out of the way. Alright. Now, here's where you're going to be able to get in my brain a little bit. Now, I missed some footage because it was raining off and on this day. Alright, very obvious. We got a pretty steep bluff for that place and a lay-down tree. It's pretty obvious, no-brainer. I don't think I caught one there. I go on. But you can see this, like this was just a little pocket out off of a bluff. Still early in the morning, I'm throwing bubble gum, and oh, I know why I come in here. Actually, I lost one day 2. This cast right there. As you can see, I kept backing up. I knew it was one right there. Man, check out my rain suit. It's pretty funny. Alright, this is just me working the bluff. And as you can tell, really, I don't even know if I have a keeper. Maybe that largemouth was a keeper. This is me going to some islands right after that. Man, I'm talking so much. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I could talk forever. Alright, pretty obvious. Getting ready. Alright, now I'm back up. Alright, so let me just tell you what happened right here. My choice of this is this. Get out of the way, David. Alright, can you kind of see those chunky rocks right between my legs right here? I had been throwing all up there, but when you see me pull up, I made my first 2 or 3 casts. You guys, when you're fishing lakes like this, of course, it's kind of a no-brainer, but I'm going to tell you anyways. You got to remember that these rocks come way on out in here, okay? They're like just woo, all the way out. I'm not going to, smallmouth, I'm not going to give him much time. Like, if he was sitting out, let's just say out under the water, you know, in this 8-foot break, my first few casts was with a swim bait. Now you see me looking to get my drug, much as my wacky worm. So now I gave it a few just to keep myself in check, see if maybe some of them have spawned to pull off on this stuff. And I didn't get a bite, so immediately I'm picking up my drug, the wacky worm. Now this is just me throwing in there pretty tight with the wacky worm. Me making sure my video is going for you guys so you can watch exactly what I'm doing. How cool is that? I get to watch myself, talk about myself. You guys get to watch me too. All right. So there was a definite patch of rocks here. You see me getting a little bit close right here. Oh, I was looking at something. It's hung up. Alright, now as I approach this, guys, I could have got right close up on top of it. But you can see over here, see where my cursor, I'm already, you gotta have a picture in your mind of what it's like. Glasses play a big role, okay? So we got a boulder out here, you got a rock islands right here. You see my head, well, I was answering the question to my marshal. But you see my head, I am just like literally x-raying what I'm looking at, okay? You can't just go up to these places and just start casting, so try a little bit of flipping. There was one big crack I remember in the rock, tried to flip a little bit, pick back up my spinning rod, flip, spinning rod. That's pretty funny. Let's watch that. So, flip, 2, 3, spinning rod. Spinning, flip, spinning rod. Flip, flip, spinning rod. Good gosh, I didn't realize I was doing that. That's pretty funny. Now I'm back to my spinning rod. I'm a happy man. Alright. Now, I don't know. Oh, actually I do. So, it has taken me almost 20 minutes to fish one patch of rocks. Guys, that's a long time, okay? And especially a long time without getting bit. You guys are going to watch me today here. Well, not today because we're blowing through it, but you're going to watch me today go through these clips very fast, and I'm actually going to walk you through day by day. So this is me throwing the spinning rod. I'm still really just there at the same patch of rocks. Right here, I get distracted. Some actually stripers started busting out back behind the bow. So I jetted out, cast around a little bit, so now I'm back to my drug. Alright, here in a little while, we're going to get a close-up look at, I know here in the next little bit of clips, we're actually going to get a closer look at some of these rocks. So let's talk about it a little bit, right? Let's look at this bank. Alright, if you take what you see right up here, right? Now, it's pretty obvious. You see, I'm going to draw this little point. You see this little point of rocks? And there's actually like a little pocket behind it. You know, this is going to, guys, if you're coming down like a straight bank, and then all of a sudden you got whoop, a little point, or it's pretty obvious. Guys, that's going to deserve 2 or 3 casts, okay? That don't just go by something out of the norm and just throw 1 cast at it. So you're going to see me give this a lot of credit, and you got, oh, dadgummit, it went out of, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even through back. I gave that 5 casts around that nipple of rocks. Okay, so now I'm going down to the bank just a little bit. Now, in relative, I haven't really went that far. Let's pause it right here. All right, look what's coming up. All right, so we had a straight bank, and then all of a sudden we got, see this one little rock right here? Guys, what are you going to do? Are you not going to give that rock credit? Or are you going to cast 1 time of it and think, yeah, you know, he should have bit it. So, alright, so this, dadgummit, we're out of frame. Then I got Ooh, guess what? David Dudley gets a F. I got distracted by those stripers and went right by that rock. You big dummy. but that rock is actually sitting back over there to the rock, and as I was coming up to it, the stripers busted out there, and oh, what a, all right, here's where I'm going to actually chew myself out, in a good way. God, getting critical about what you did. Oh, he got it again. Oh, dang. As you can tell, I was pretty mad. Alright, let's pause it right here. Alright, listen up. If I could go back to this tournament after watching my footage, I did reflection time after my day 3 footage. So if you don't watch my videos all the way to the end, make sure you watch it to the end. I typically do reflection time. But here's something I was really mad at myself. Typically, smallmouth are pretty obviously aggressive on the bed. And what I ended up doing, and I'm curious to watch. I want to push play on this again. But after thinking about it, I remember probably 8 to 10 fish that I threw over there. They bit the whacker worm, set the hook. Oh, they got off. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, oh man, they got off. Okay, well, darn it. That's what happens. And I kept on trucking it. They're on the bed. It's a smallmouth. I should have just really marked that fish in, turn around and come back. But in practice, I was getting so many bites. And if you haven't seen the practice video, make sure you go back and watch it. But in practice, I was getting so many bites. I was in the routine of get a bite, keep going. Get a bite, keep going. And then in the tournament, dumb is what dumb does. I would lose one or get a bite and miss one just like I did there. You actually heard my breath called myself a dumb idiot because I was swimming that one out. So anyways, here's the point of the story. Let's see what I do in this, but I have a feeling I keep trucking on and didn't give it a time or effort. So I broke off. Well, I straightened out my hook. Let's see what I do. All right, I grabbed another worm, and you can look in my head right there. I'm focused on that exact cast. So I got my eye beaded where I need to throw. All right, so that's one cast. I got distracted again with the stripers. And that's me. Look at my head. That was me checking back. Okay, where am I at? All right, now I picked up my spinning rod. Threw it right back in there. All right, we got to go to the next clip. All right. So this is the next clip. And that's 3 casts. Actually, I did a pretty good job. I gave it 4 or 5 casts, but I promise you I didn't come back an hour later, 2 hours later. Now I'm trucking on, okay? Trucking on. All right, so guys, we're probably 2 hours into this, and I don't think I have but one in the boat, okay? Now it's starting to rain a little bit. Let me see what goes on here. You can't see it, but this is an area that had just a few isolated boulders. As you can tell, I didn't stay there long. All right. I pull up to this area. Now, look at the slope of this bank. Now, if you saw this in the morning, it was a lot steeper of a bank. This is a little bit more slow. And anytime you got a sloping bank like this, you can't cover as much water. it's pretty obvious on a steep bank you're going to be able to cover a lot more water because you can kind of control and know where they're at. So say if they're in the 4-foot range, your cast can stay in that 4-foot range, say on a bluff. But this is a lot more flatter, and the 4-foot section might be, say, 10 foot wide. So you can't move around much. As you can tell, the boat's not going nowhere. So I'm just trying to tell you guys that you got to know when to fish fast and when to fish slow. Right now, I'm fishing fairly slow. You want to pick the high percentage areas basically on a flat, but you can't always get it. You're not going to cover all 4 of the 4-foot depth zone. I'm just using 4 foot as a number, but it's not really. All right. So here we go. Let's watch this. All right, I'm reeling in.
I mean, granted, there was.
Now watch this. When you see me put that in my hand, I'm not just casting. This is a cast saying I know the exact spot he's sitting at on that rock. Now watch, I'm very focused driven on this cast. Watch, I put it in my hand. You see me steering it? Like, that's me bringing it to a very specific spot. Watch. And you see me shaking my whacking work. That's so cool. Did you see how quick and fast he was trying to bring that back to me? He's like, hey Dudley, you dropped this over here. I'm gonna bring it back to you. And that's my Marshall pulling off my sandwich bag on the Go 3. That's why we got a lot cleaner on that one. But I don't have any of that fancy camera stuff.
I don't even think.
But it don't matter. I ain't got that drone stuff that y'all drone people like, and the music montages. Alright. So, as you could tell, I was very focused on that cast. I ended up putting him in the live well. Again, look to my right. Look at this, guys. Look at the slope of the bank. And it's hard to cover. I mean, there was miles and miles of this on this lake, and you might be at a lake near this. You're not going to be able to get in a hurry, especially if they're spawning. So you can see me covering the water, and it looks like I'm doing the 2-step up there in front of the boat. All right, now cool. Look at this. Watch this. This is pretty cool. It's flat. Well, I say flat, but flatter. Now watch. When I come up, watch all of a sudden. Look at this. Look at the steepness of this bank right here. So this stretch to this stretch, you're definitely going to see me slow down. And as you can see over here to the right, you got a kicked up rock. And alright, I don't think I catch one. So here's something for you. Here I got $125,000 on the line. It's late in the day. And I went from getting like 6, just tons of bites, to it's late in the day and I don't even hardly have nothing. Like nothing. I think I may have 2 keepers in the boat at the time. Alright. So, this is me continuing on, casting. Nothing. Look at the pollen in the water. See it over here? Man, that's like, if you look on the bank, man, that is so much pollen. Now we've really gotten to oh, I know where I'm at. This is when I get pissed off. I really get mad. Alright, I'm about to get mad at myself. Alright, so this bank got a lot flatter, and I picked up my flipping stick because I saw this section in the rock that I couldn't get my wacky worm down to. Look at me looking off. Alright, I think this next cast I actually get bit in on. Or maybe I already got bit. Let me see. Darn it. Maybe. Dang. I must have missed it. Let me go back to that next clip, guys. Just be patient with me. Alright. Let's see here. Went down the bank. Down the bank. Because I remember watching this in film. Yeah, here we go. I think it's... Alright, there was a section in the rocks that I was fishing. I couldn't get my wacky worm to go down to it. Now watch this. This is probably it. Alright. As you can see, I was very focused on that cast. I knew right where he should be sitting at. Now, if I had to guess, look at this. I switch hands. I'm working it really slow, and I got a really light weight on. Alright. Okay, here we go. Here comes David Dudley critiquing. Alright, I'm going to have to call myself concrete hands on this one. Alright, watch the tip of my rod, right? See, that fish had already swam out with it, and I was so out of position. Now watch, see the angle of my rod? Your rod, to set the hook when it's up like that, is horrible. So watch, let's look at the angle of my rod. Guys, I know it's harder to do. Like, your rod needs to be like there when you set the hook. When I set the hook, my rod was like already up at the, you know, almost up at 12 o'clock. And then I pull it down, and then you're like, duh. That fish had already swam. Now let's watch this. Watch, I don't even hit that fish till I get up high. Here we go. Watch this. When I say hit that fish, my rod was way up here in the 12 o'clock range before it even started penetrating through the plastic. I didn't take out enough slack. I had the rod in a high position. Stupid is what stupid does. Guys, that was my fault. I actually missed the top 10 by 3 ounces, and that was a good one. Now, watch this. This is pretty dumb. So I go on. I see another boat. You can see another boat coming. I know I lost him, right? So here we go. I keep easing up, easing up, easing up, easing up. And I know that fish is back there. Look, this is me going back. And I'm like, you see me looking around. I'm like, where was that? Where was that? See me go back. You know, that was just horrible all the way around. That's all I'm going to tell you. That was horrible. Number one, my rod was out of position. I lost the fish. I didn't get a good hook set in him. And then, knowing that a smallmouth bites, I could have went back and fished for him. Got him. Alright, so pull up. Go to another little rocky area. See this boat coming up to me. I turn around. I don't want to go back there. And I'm just basically just kind of, at this point in time, I'm just picking stuff apart. Alright? Just fishing slow. I said, I'm going to pick a bank and I'm going to fish something slow. And a lot of time, guys, that's what you just need to do. You know, if fishing was tough, I elected to just go to a bank It's getting close to
I just need to
mid.
get them in the boat.
See, you hear me talking. I just need to get them in the boat. This is me. Ooh, that was me just undressing for you guys. Check that out. All right, so this is actually me just fishing slow. So I'm gonna actually do a commercial right now. All right, don't chime out because this is for you. So me and my son Mason, who does the editing, if you guys are willing to give me your tournament footage, I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to. It's just if you guys like this, watching films, I'll be able to take your footage and explain some things. You're like, man, why didn't I catch any that day? Well, I can pretty much guarantee you that I can find some things you may have not been noticing you were doing right or your approach wasn't right. So if you guys want to send in some footage to me, which would be a SD card, I'm going to need 8 hours of a tournament footage. Preferably, if you could get chesty and a boat mount, would be great. But either way, you guys want to send that to me, message me, hit me up. All right, guys, here we go. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we're coming to a bluff end, and as you can see, we got a lot of lay down trees coming up. So this is actually. I hate that I have to keep clicking on this stuff. I don't know why my GoPro does that. I'm not a video dude.
Getting 30 marshals, no problem.
So, here we go. Alright, we definitely got some laydowns coming up, and you see me giving those a little bit more attention. It's pretty obvious. If you got a piece of wood on a rocky bank, or anywhere, you see me giving it a little bit more of a attention. Got a lay down tree coming up. As you can tell, guys, it's pretty tough. It really is. All right, so I catch one right here. Let's see what I did here. All right, so it's probably this
right there. It's right there.
Oh, you hear me even talking about it. I shook one off in practice right there. So, let's watch this.
There he is.
Alright. Now, some people with a wacky worm, they just like to just pull into them. Guys, when I set the hook, I use 15-pound gamma braid, 10-pound fluorocarbon. I just jack them. I don't care. I just jack them.
Well, it might be number whatever. I don't even know where I'm at.
It had been so few far in between.
Guys, it's been tough. It really has. And I want to explain something to you. I mean, here it is like 11 o'clock, and I don't even have a limit yet. You go from, in practice 60 bites, 50 bites, and then tournament 30 bites, 30 bites. And when they're spawning, and you can catch them like that, it's like, he's a definite keeper. He's 16, but when they're spawning, you can't take 175 boats in this small field and not go around.
All right, guys, if you want to go back and you can watch my day 3 footage, you can hear what I say, but we're going to kind of stick to my guns and do a film breakdown. All right, here's something cool. I want you guys to watch this. You see me with the wacky worm. All right, me walking back down here, this is me getting a buzz bait. Now look, you can see clouds everywhere. Guys, in the tournament, you've got to be versatile, okay? This is me just, you've heard me say it a couple times already. This is me keeping myself in check, which means I know a lot have been spawning, but there's probably a lot of females that have quit, that have already laid their eggs and are just sitting out off the bank. This is me basically just, keeping myself in check, because you want to give this like 15, 20 minutes. You want to give it an effort. So I've laid down my wacky worm, which is my drug, and I've went to a buzzbait. Now, a buzzbait, naturally, after the spawn, is a typically big fish catcher. So this is me, buzzbait. Now look at the angle of my cast. All right, you see, I'm nowhere near the bank, okay? This bank is so flat, like you can imagine, but this is almost the strike zone. So look at the angles of the cast. I'm not necessarily hitting the bank. Let's see. See how far off I was on that cast? I'm just trying to get those females that are laying out. A buzzbait you don't always have to be up there on the bank. So within a period of time, this is me throwing a buzzbait, working around. Okay, that's important, guys. Don't just look at me going through films and going, he threw a buzzbait, he didn't get a bite. No, dude, that was a very critical time. And like I said in an article I did for FLW with Rob Newell, even though I didn't get rewarded, which means I didn't catch a fish, that's a positive, encouraging thing that I didn't get bit, because it strengthens what I already know. Okay, does that make sense to you? It strengthens what I already know. All right, so this is kind of getting repetitive. Just fishing a bank, making sure my GoPro is on for you guys so you can watch his stuff. All right, the GoPro's on. You're welcome. All right, here we go. Ba 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 ran. All right, kind of boring. I took my flipping stick. Now this is me just like trying different things. I'm like, maybe they don't want the wacky worm, guys. Me picking up that flipping stick. What am I doing? Answer that question. I'm keeping myself in check. Okay? So maybe they're not wanting to come up, even though clouds. So flipping rod, flipping rod, flipping rod, flipping rod, flipping rod, flipping rod, flipping rod. Now I'm back to my spinning rod. Even though I believe the spinning rod is the major deal, that was me keeping myself in check. Guys, in the tournament, you have to do that. You have to do it. All right. Here we go, just kind of repetitive. We're about to make a move, guys, so it's getting like 1 o'clock. Man, I don't know what just happened right there. Oh, no. All right, you guys, just hold still for a second. Hold still. I gotta fix the lighting for you guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, so now we're technically getting around 1 o'clock. Now here's why I always say, guys, it's so important to watch day 1 if I make day 2, day 3. I'm not just giving you fish if you want to watch fish catches, there's plenty of fish catching videos out there. I'm not just going to give you a fish catch videos, because there's. If you want the slow-mo casting shots and the drone shots and the glorious, there's plenty of them out there. So I'm not that type of guy on my video. All right, so here's important now. So now you've watched, dude. It's late in the day, and I got a limit. But I ain't got much of a limit. I got like 10 pounds. I'm getting a little frustrated. You see me, all right, now I'm working. I remember I had broken off so many things. It took about 15 minutes to retie everything. All right. This is cool, man. This is really cool. All right. That was actually a friend of mine that stopped out there. He's like, "You caught him, Dudley?" I'm like, "Nope, I ain't got nothing." All right, so this is critical. I'm like abandoning ship right now. So for you guys that are still watching with me and ain't clicked off this video, this is when the turning point happens. So I'm like, brah, 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 brah. All right, I want to go try a few boat docks. Like, I only had like a couple bites on a boat dock while I was there. I'm like, hey, let's just go skip some boat docks. So, brah, nothing, brah, nothing, brah. Actually, I did catch one little dink there, and I think it was a spotted bass. Bloop, 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 bloop. Nothing. Retine. All right, I'm out. So, guys, what have you seen me do in the last hour? You watched me switch up to a buzzbait, to go from a wacky worm to start flipping, and I'm like, hey, I gotta go to some virgin water. So it's like 1:30 now. Now this is pretty cool. This is when the turning point happens. So I pull up to a flat, just a flat point. I'm going to start running. This is kind of split two pockets. Pocket over here, and just a round flat point. So I'm just basically fishing a point in the middle between two pockets, okay? Now, that was like my first cast. Look, there we go. Within the first couple casts, looking around. Doink! Come on. Doink! Oh, that was me. Oh, my heart just raced on that one. Alright, that's me just trying something different. So, all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm done with these spawning fish, or I'm going to go fish some virgin water. You know, all of a sudden I pick up a swim bait. This is me running my mouth, telling you basically what I'm telling you now. Alright, so I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, David Dudley, you're so cool. And then 3 or 4 casts later, that's me popping a rock. Watch it rod tip. Alright. Oh my gosh, what a bite. Now, we got to watch that again, guys. That's like just awesome. That's me kicking over a rock. Kick over, boom! He about jerked the rod out of my hand. And this was actually a big
Oh my gosh, that's a giant. Oh my gosh, it's a giant.
And of course, I don't have my net ready. Dropping my Senkos out of my net. Get in the boat. That's me looking like I'm directing the choir. Looking like a goofball. Get him, goofball. Reel your line up. There you go. You're acting like this is the first time you've ever done it. You've won 3 Angler of the Years, and it looks like you don't even know how to put a fishing net, you big goober. And in the net.
Oh my gosh, that's a big smallmouth, dude. That sucker choked it. Oh,
Look how
how
deep
quickly
he got
things
it.
can change.
I build my own swim
Just
bait
as good as I changed, made an adjustment. I just get 2 coals. Guys, you cannot get hung up in fishing.
Alright, so this is me. You can go back and watch that video, day 3 video, me talking. I walk you through my day. So anyways, I make an adjustment, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I just hammered down 2 culls. Now I leave here. I'm not sure where I go after this. Alright, so I'm still here on this point. There was like another little sub point right there in between those 2 pockets. I gotta skip the dock. Okay. Alright, here we go. Fishing another little flat point. Go. You you guys are getting to see the walkthrough of the whole day. Alright, so fishing a little flat point. Skip. Alright, now I actually catch one on this dock. Skipping some docks. I never practiced this one or fished this one. This point was sitting, this dock was sitting out on a point. Skip the whack worm on the backside of it. Bam. Alright. This one ends up being a keeper. I talked to you in the video and explained to you a lot about the video. What's going on. Alright, I leave here. Now, I've went from boat docks to points to... now I'm just going in a random pocket. I wanted to do a check. I remembered seeing that there was a boat ramp back here, but these little lay down trees on the left, I was like, you know what? There's only 30 of us out here. I'm going to fish a very obvious pocket just to keep myself in check in case some new ones had come up in it. Guess what? I did not get rewarded, but I learned a lot. Okay? So it was like a reward, even though I didn't get rewarded with a fish. Alright, let's see. Come on. Alright. So I'm taking off. Alright, I pull up on a point. And of course I got rain gear. I need somebody like Spinnerworm to follow me around with a camera like Scott Martin. Alright, I pull out on a point. So remember, I caught a keeper and another good keeper on a point with a swim bait. Now I'm fishing another point, and I know I think I catch one. Yep. Alright, here we go. Watch the rod. Oh, that was so cool. Let's watch the rod tip again. It just hit the bottom. Started to retrieve. Oh, there he is. Wow. That was awesome. That was just awesome. Alright, so here we go, guys. Late day charge, call it whatever, but it's because I'm keeping myself versatile. I'm keeping myself an open mind. I put the wacky worm down, and all of a sudden I catch one. Alright, so now I catch one on a swim bait. Darn it. Catching it. Alright, let's watch the rod tip. This one, rock. Alright, let me rewind. You see me getting all funky with, that's me in the swim bait coming over rocks. So, letting it sink. Okay, I popped over a rock. Bam! There's another one. Alright, you can hear that braid singing. So it's 30-pound braid to 10-pound fluoro. And boat flip them. We ain't netting none of these. Alright, that's me actually getting hung up and not wanting to go up there and get it. Y'all are probably hearing me crunch this thing. Alright. Here we go. I heard my chesty go dead. Alright. There, caught a couple little ones right there. And I got hung up. Let's see. I got some fish catches on the chesty that I didn't get on the boat mount. I actually don't think I catch anything. This is actually right before I come in. Picked up a drop shot or something. I don't know what it was. Yeah, drop shot. I think this was a little spotted bass. That was him swimming with it and me checking up on him. Yeah, that was a little spotted bass. And I think we only got one more clip, but I want to talk to you guys about something. Going through this footage, and I'm done. All right. Let's see. Make sure. All right. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is something I'm going to have to go back and watch this, see how it is. But if this works for you guys, I can continue this. But I need you to hit that like button, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. This is what keeps me going out here. Here it is like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm giving you guys X amount of minutes of my time trying to help you guys learn. So if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to do all that kind of stuff. But also this, if you guys have tournament footage of yourself, and I promise you I'm not going to call you names or call out your name. It's just simply we all can learn. If you send me your footage and say, hey, write me a message that says, hey, Dudley, I have some tournament footage. I need to see all of it. We'll do a watching films together. And hopefully after the films, you're going to learn something yourself. You're going to come away and say, David, thanks for pointing that out to me. I never saw that. I know myself so well and I know what I'm doing, but when I can watch other people fish, I probably am going to pick up on a lot more things than maybe your eyes. So maybe this could be something cool on YouTube, man. Watching films with Dudley. I don't know. Either way, appreciate you guys' support, and my outro, and I'm actually going to give you the outro because my eyes are going down and I'm tired and I've given you guys my best effort. So here we go.